is Kim from Sassy Stitchery and Yonder Ways. Welcome back to our Flosstube channel. You can catch us here. You can see us on Instagram. You can see us on Facebook. You can look at our website at sassyjackstitchery.com, and you can send us an email at sassyjackstitchery@gmail.com. So I'll list all those things in the description field. Sorry it's been a few days. We've been a little busy. We had our first online retreat, and the feedback has been fantastic. It felt good to me from my side. We had 350 people in attendance on that, and we had to cut it off. And there were some of you who didn't get into that, and we had to cut it off because we were kidding. So we sent out a beautiful original design. I think it's beautiful. It's cute. Original design, and it was a biscornu. So that was fun. So that required 2 pieces of cut and serge fabric for 350 people. So 700 pieces of fabric. So we did have to do a cutoff. We also issued a brand new chart, a reproduction chart called Christian Henry. And this is the chart, Christian Henry 1816. And Christian is a girl. We thought it might be a boy for a little while, but she was actually a girl. This is a picture of the antique on the front. I'm going to show you, and in our charting, you know, if you've had one of our charts, you know, I think it's good. But we have color charts. We have a full page picture in the middle, pretty big graphs. And if you need a black and white, you can send us an email. We'll send you a PDF of black and white. So this is under our design house name, which is Sassafras Samplers. So Christian, I think, is a beautiful chart. It's a Scottish chart. You can see with all the reds and greens. And it has a beautiful spot motif sampler at the bottom. And you can tell she was just a fun little girl because there's lots of color in there. Lots of neat, interesting little animals. Just a really fun stitch. So this was our gift to our soiree attendees. Everybody got a copy of this chart. They also got our original design, and the original design was kitted. Let me show you the linen and the silks for Christian Henry. This is a fancy dancy display thing that my husband made me. So I forget who gave me this idea. I believe it was Margie Hayter. So thank you for that, Margie. But Everett made this for us so that I didn't struggle with holding up the linen and the threads, which you see me do so often and drop them. But this is straw. And these are needlepoint ink silks. So you can tell the colors are just gorgeous. And there are a lot of colors for Christian. We did chart it first in needlepoint ink, and then we cross-referenced it over to DMC, and we will ultimately do it over to Cosmo because, as you know, we're bringing in Cosmo. But just a beautiful stitch on this straw linen from Weeks Dye Works on his wide art base. And we do have this linen in 32 count, 36 count, and 40 count. On any of those, it requires a fat quarter. We do have kits available on the website that are discounted a little bit because they are a kit. The kit includes the linen and the silks, but not the chart because some people got the chart for free. So, but you can buy Christian Henry now if you want her. I keep wanting to say him, but if you want her, you can buy the chart and the kits if you'd like that. We also have conversion for DMC, as I mentioned, so you could convert it over to DMC. And thank you, Everett, for this beautiful display mechanism here. And thank you, Margie, for the idea for that. We love it. Everett is my husband, if you don't know. He's a master woodworker, I think. He's a fantastic woodworker. He builds us many, many things. So also at the soiree, we premiered our 2021 Jack, which is our squirrel. So every year we pick a little squirrel, we make a project label for him, and we make a needle nanny for him with the help of Zappy Dots. We do the needle nanny. And we may have something else for him sometime soon, but I wanted to show you this. So he's a Western North Carolina fly-in squirrel. And he is native to Western North Carolina. You do find him here out in the wild. I have seen one before. They're crazy looking. I didn't know what it was when I first saw it. But he is so cute. He's been the favorite so far at the printers and pretty much everybody who's seen him. He's just really cute. And he's not chubby. He just has a lot of folds there because he spreads those arms out and they act like wings. And he literally flies from one tree to another just by kind of like a parasailing, I guess. But he does look a little chubby there. And so I think he's sporting a little bit of his quarantine 15. But we love him. We're so excited for him. And he will be available now throughout 2021. And the way it works is you can buy the project labels, which you can stick on the back of your finished and framed piece. And you can record what you use to stitch that piece with, and so on and so forth. And then, of course, you've got the great Needle Nanny from Zappy Dots. So that came out. One of the things that happened to us this year because of COVID is that we had to cancel some classes. And many of you, if you were in the class, you probably got one of these items, if not both, because we mailed them out. But our potter wasn't able to get into her kiln throughout the first half of our shutdown for COVID this year. And she only got back in about a month ago, and she finished firing some things that were already made. And some of those things were supposed to be exclusive to our class, one of our classes this year that we had to cancel. And they're beautiful red pottery. So it's Ort, a little Ort tray and a little Ort jar. Now, they both do say Jack's Hats 2020, so you know this comes from 2020. And that was the class that we had to cancel. And then the Ort jar on the other side says Sassy Jacks. Now, these are tiny. These are littler than our usual potteries. And the little Ort jar is $15, and I think the little tray was something like $10 or something. So these are on our website. If you want to order these, they're beautiful. They'd be a great little memory piece. The little trays are almost all the same. The little Ort jars are all unique. So you can see the pattern on that one, the pattern on this one. They're all unique. You just are going to get one. But they're all red, and they're all little, and they're all beautiful. And they are $15. So it's a great way to get a little piece of pottery for something that you can afford. And they're beautiful, this beautiful red color. This is the first time that we used the red color. It was supposed to premiere this year for the class. We will do some more red coming up soon. So there's that. Mabel Took. In the soiree stitch room, I saw so many of you with your in process and finished pieces for Mabel. This is the 40 count model. Another great class that we were doing online. And thank you everybody for, supporting that class and coming out and for loving it. I mean, I love Mabel. I'm stitching my second Mabel right now. If you guys are wondering what I'm stitching, among a few other things, I'm stitching the 32 count model. This is the 40 count that I stitched. I don't know how close you can see it. You've seen it before, but these are queen stitches over here, Bargello at the bottom, rice stitches, eyelets. It's just a beautiful, beautiful piece. We are going to do some Zoom stitches with Mabel for those of you in the class. I was worried, intimidated, to be honest, about how to do that with so many people, because I think we had I want to say 250, maybe 300 people in Mabel. I just wasn't sure how to house that many people in a Zoom. And we did it with the soiree, and it went fine. We, had maybe up to 80 people in the room at one time. So I'm going to set up some Zoom stitches for Mabel this week, and you can join us if you were in the class. You'll be invited to it, and we'll keep working on Mabel. I owe you a few more videos for Mabel, and a finishing video on the small, which I think you're going to love this finishing. You may do something different with it, but at least you'll have this option. Mabel as a chart will come out around Thanksgiving. So if you missed the class for Mabel and you really want to sign up, or you really want to stitch Mabel, just kind of hang tight. She'll be out, a little bit further into the fall. But thank you for all the love for Mabel. She deserves it. She's a beautiful one. Okay. Many things here, and I'm trying to get through it because I don't want the video to be crazy long. My birthday was in August, and it wasn't a big birthday or anything. I'm glad for every birthday. And I wanted to do a stitch along for Holland's Merklap, and I know I massacred that, but basically that means Dutch sampler. And it's one of my favorite designs from Jeanette Douglas Designs, and we have the model here. We kept it when we sent our trunk show off, and I've shown it to you before. I'm going to show it to you again because I just love it. Holland's Merklap. And I love the Dutch house, and I love the little people and the peacock. And what really makes this one is the thread kit. So Jeanette puts together the silks that you need. There's tons of different kinds of silks in here to get this effect. It's beautiful. So if you want it to look exactly like this, you need to purchase this thread kit. I'm going to take some time this weekend and try to cross-reference this over to some variegated flosses in Cosmo and maybe DMC or some other threads, and see what we can come up with in a cotton base. But if you want it to look exactly like this, then definitely order the thread kit. So we weren't able to do it in August because we just couldn't get enough of the thread kits. Everybody was having trouble with threads right now with COVID. So we moved it to October because I love October. It's my favorite month of the year. I wish I almost wish every month could be October, but then I would miss the other months. So, but we could have 3 or 4 Octobers. I would be okay with 3 or 4 Octobers. So we're going to do it in October. So we're going to start it October the 1st. We'll start our stitch along for that. So if you want to do it, I've put some kits out there. They're a little bit discounted if you buy the fabric and the silk pack together. I did leave the chart out of that, which is typical of what we do because some people already have that chart. It's not a new chart. So if you want to stitch it with us, then get out there and order your linen, or you can do it on Ada. If you want to do it on Ada, let me know. It does have a lot of specialty stitches, but we can probably try to find an adaptation for most of those. We put a 32 count light mocha, which is what it's called for, Zweigart base light mocha. This one doesn't have its, oh, I brought you the wrong fabric. This is Modern Folk Embroidery Corn Tassel. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. So since we had up the Modern Folk Embroidery Corn Tassel, this is what we've been kitting the Modern Folk Embroidery 2020 sow with. And it's a gorgeous sow. And we do still have kits and charts available. So they come out monthly. We're up through September. We are picking up the rest of the year, one a month at the beginning of the month. So if you haven't stitched that and you're still on the fence, you can start with me. I haven't started. I'm sure we'll be finished by the end of the year. I'm sure we will. So this is a Zweigart light mocha, and it's a beautiful linen. It's a 32 count, and we are stitching it on 32 count. I am, at least, because I want the specialty stitches to look like they do in the model. I think this is beautiful, and this is on 32 count. You see, it's a good size. It's not huge, and I really want the specialty stitches to just be beautiful. And so since it was designed that way, I'm going to stitch it with the called for 32 count light mocha. But you could stitch it on something else if you want to. So that's Holland's Mirchop. And the reason I chose that one, I think I mentioned in the earlier videos, I just love Holland. Lived there for a little while. Around 2000, well, between 2001 and 2004. So it's been a while. But I love it. I've been back several times since then. So join us with that. I think it'll be fun. And I'll talk about it on video. We'll do some little stitch alongs and stuff. And maybe I'll have a little something special for the people that are working on it. So that's that. Love that. Okay. We also had another new, I feel like this is a sales video. This is what we've been doing. So if you wonder what we've been doing, we had another new issue. Release from Sassafras Samplers. So we also do original design with Sassafras Samplers. And last year we started a series called Spooky Shakespeare. And there are 4 designs. This is the 3rd of 4. And we took the poem from Macbeth and, Bull and Bubble, Toil and Trouble, and we broke it into 4 parts. And so this one is Adder's Fork and Blindworm Sting, Lizard's Leg, and Howlet's Wing. The funny part about this is that Allie, who designed it for us, didn't like the blonde worm, and so he has eyes. So I love it. So I'm going to show you it. I've got the 3 models for the 3 parts that are released here. So if you were to look really close, you would see that he has little eyes. So it's super cute. So each one of these, the cool part about this is the poem's broken into 4 parts. Each one is wrapped in a border from one of our Scottish samplers, our antiques out of our collection. And we just adapted it for size and changed the color. But the motif, the border itself, comes from an antique. And so these are meant to kind of give you a little bit of a taste of samplers without it really being a sampler. And to have some fun with Macbeth, because who doesn't want to do that? And Macbeth is the Scottish play. So people in theater don't actually say Macbeth when they're doing it. They call it the Scottish play because there's some superstition. They will tell you it's not superstition, that you just don't want to use the name. Bad things happen to the players when they say it. So like break a leg kind of thing. This is Tin Roof, and I love it. And it's on a Zweigart base. So when we do something for one of our samplers, we usually ask for it in a Zweigart base just so that it's a little bit firmer hand. So this is Week Style Works Tin Roof on a Zweigart base. We do have it in 32, 36, and 40, so you can do this any size. The cool thing about this series, so there's 4, and the 4th one will come out here very soon. It'll come out before Halloween. I love them. I think Allie did a fantastic job. The way we do the designing, most of the time I'll come up with an idea and I'll just kind of ramble on about it, and she'll go make it happen. And this is I've New. This was the second one, so love it. The cool thing about these guys is that there's a little bonus chart on the back of each of these. And there are 4 pieces to it. And it's also from Macbeth. And if you get all 4 charts, then you really are able to stitch that into a little sampler proper. So it is a little Macbeth sampler, which is pretty cool. The whole thing is surrounded in one of the Scottish borders from one of our antiques. And then the division lines between it, like if you look at this one, you can see this border here, also from one of those Scottish antiques, from the ones that you've stitched. The thread palette kind of stays the same through them, and it's like our other charts. It's a beautiful chart. It is, you know, it kind of just is 2 pages. It opens up. It's in color. If you need it in black and white, you let us know. And on the back, we give you the size for the linen, and we also give you the size for the mystery stitch. But it's Macbeth, right? It's not a big mystery. So we're excited about that. So that was, this is the 3rd one. So he's available on the website now. We hope you love it. This is my fancy lacing on the back. So, okay, many things. I know there are many, many things. It is Halloween, and I love, it's not Halloween, is it? It's September. It's almost Halloween, and I love Halloween. One of my favorite charts to come out for Halloween, well, there are 2. Lindy Stitch's Dracula's Confession. In love with that. So definitely, you know, stitch that with us. I'll be stitching that. Also, Ghosties and Gourds from Hands On Design. So I love this. Absolutely love it. And we were in the market to bring in a new floss line. We were thinking about Color and Cotton. And so when they premiered this design with Color and Cotton, we said, hey, let's jump on the trains. So we do have the kits for this. So if you would like to order this beautiful little chart and the flosses that go with it from Color and Cotton, we have those available. And we can find you the right linen for it, or Ada, however you want to stitch it. We can fix that for you. I think it calls for Kermit from Picture This Plus, which we don't have Kermit exactly, but we can get one that'll work. So I hope you join us with this one. I'm going to be stitching this one. I love it, love it, love it. And of course, when we get it finished, when we get the stitching completed, we will do the finishing too. So there's that. So we also, though, in addition to these kits with Color and Cotton, are bringing in the full line. Now, right now, everybody's really stressed with threads, but with getting them in, but we will be having all of the Color and Cotton, so we're excited about it. And the cool thing about it, it's the same price as our other overdyed cotton, but instead of 5 yards, it's 8 yards. And they are color fast, and they're 100% cotton, and they're beautiful. You can tell they're really pretty. So looking forward to stitching with that and to stitching that design especially. So if you don't have it yet and you want to do a little Halloween stitching, hop out there with us. We've got plenty of them. I keep saying which is terrible. I want to share with you, I have many things on my table here. Some beautiful fabrics that we have from the Primitive Hair. Pumpkin Spices is just this gorgeous, like, orangey red. It came out last year, and we love it. So we have all of these on our website. The counts are accurate. I went through them yesterday. Beautiful. Some of them we've repriced a little bit, and we marked the price down a little. So, you know, have fun going out there and taking a look at this Dark Spell. Now, this one's beautiful. So there's a good picture of it on the website, but it's got kind of a spooky look. It's got these cool, like, spooky little tree branches around the edges, and then the center is open, and you can stitch something fun on that. Chant of the Queen. And I don't see this available anymore from Primitive Hair. Maybe she's just out of stock. But it's got musical notes on it, and it's got this really beautiful embellished letter like you would see in, I forget what they're called, but medieval text. This one's really pretty. And so if you're doing anything where you want to kind of capture something like that, this one's really pretty. And then Crispy October's one of my favorites. Super looking forward to stitching on this. We have a lot of this one too. These are 30 count. I mean, I think almost all of these. I think all of these that I pulled are 30 count. We actually do have some other counts from primitive hair, but these are 30 count. And then for those of you who are thinking about stitching things that are related to the Mayflower, this pirate fabric, we have a bunch of these. Just beautiful. You can sort of see the boat on there, but there's also a good picture on the website. So some of these linens I'm just going to put in my stash and just keep. So, just in case, because I think that's really cool. So it's a stamped linen. You can see the edge of it where the design stops. But man, how beautiful is that? Just gorgeous to be able to stitch something on that with that beautiful boat. So have a look at the website for those. We put some good prices on those. Another new fun thing. Last year we had Susan Greening Davis here. We have her every year. But she taught this beautiful class last year for this book. And it was only available in that class. And that's the only time so far that it's been taught. It was scheduled at a few other places but had to cancel. But Susan worked with our printer that we use for Sassafras samplers, and she produced this gorgeous book. So this book is 36 pages, and it features this class from last year, which I still have mine. So I'm going to start stitching it, and you can see me give you updates in the Flosstube video. And we can kit it for you, so if you decide you want to kit it, let us know. But the book's available online. It's $25. And then if you want to kit it, you can. The thing that's cool about it is each of the pages, so it's red and blue. So one side is the red, the other side is blue, and it folds up like an accordion. It's really, really an innovative design how it finishes out. A lot of description of some of her travels and what you encounter in needlework in different countries. And so it really is kind of like walking through the world of needlework and learning about where it's from, what kind of needlework is in each country, just a whole lot of cool history. So it's called Sampler Studies, and it really is a study of many things about samplers from different countries in the world. And if you're studying sampler, a sampler is really just an example of needlework. You find out a lot about needlework from all countries. So I think this is beautiful. I love the way it's finished. I think it'll be an heirloom that you'll want to pass down, but you can join us and stitch this now. Those of you who took the class last year, I've seen a few finishes, been fantastic. And if you took the class and you haven't finished, you can stitch with me. And if you want to stitch it, you can order this book. It's a beautiful book. It's one of the most beautiful books I've seen come out in a long time. 36 pages. The graphing is fantastic. You can see, and we'll stitch it together. And if you want to kit it, let me know. Talking 90 miles a minute. And so I've been working on Mabel too. I've been working on, a few things, but one of my guilty pleasures has been Ladies Garden Journal. And I love this stitch. So these are all the threads for it. A big kerfluffle here. I actually have one of the beautiful floss tags from them. We were out of them. And so we just got those back in. So I'm excited about that. But so here's an example of one of the charts. All 6 charts are out now. This was my cover, so I changed mine a little bit. And you got your initials on the front, and then I think I changed the color of the fence. This comes in the finishing kit. So if you want to join up and stitch this with us or on your own, you can order the charts. We have a kit out there that has the charts, all the linens for it. It comes with the finishing kit, and then also we threw in the little lens cleaner. There's a little lens cloth that comes with it, and it comes with the floss tag, which is beautiful. So it uses Weeks Dye Works beige and Confederate gray, and when we had these dyed, we did get them dyed on a Zweigart base for you. So our beige and Confederate gray kits for Ladies Garden Journal is on a Zweigart base. And this has been kind of my guilty pleasure stitch. I've just really been enjoying it a lot. So I talked really fast there because I was trying to get the video done before we get customers in here. It was a lot. I know. I'm sorry. I rambled. And I didn't really get to tell you too many fun things. But I am going to finish this one up and get it posted out there for you. Oh, so there's a couple things I want to tell you about too. So usually every year we do an ornament stitch. And if you send us your Christmas ornament or Hanukkah ornament or Kwanzaa ornament, holiday season ornament by Christmas Eve, send it to us by Christmas Eve to the shop at P.O. Box 2136, and it'll be listed below. It's also on the sign-up sheet. Register on the sign-up sheet. If you send us a Christmas ornament that you have stitched for holiday season by Christmas Eve, we will send you a discount coupon good next year through, I want to say, sometime in February. So you can find the registration sheet online under shop classes on our website and sign up for that. And hopefully, you can whip one out for us. That'd be great. We decorate our tree with all those. And when we get enough, this is our 3rd year, maybe 4th year. This is going to be our 4th year. When we get enough, we will start to make a little tree that we can donate to, a local, like, assisted living place or something like that. So I'll let you know when we get to that point. We're not to that point yet. So maybe next year. So right now we're just still using them in the shop, and we show people finishing techniques. So it's kind of fun to use those. So Christmas ornament, Christmas Eve, or Kwanzaa, Hanukkah. I would love to have some Hanukkah. We just don't have enough of those. And we will use those to decorate the shop, and we'll send you a discount coupon good for the first couple months of next year. The other thing that we do every year that I'll be posting is a Valentine's exchange, and it's really beautiful and special. We ask you to use a chart from a small group of designers. This year it still is the same as last year. It will be Plum Street Sampler, Summer House Stitchworks, and Jeanette Douglas Designs. You can use any chart from your stash. You create so you pick a small motif off the chart, and you create a needle book, a scissor cube, pin disc, something like that. You send it to us by a certain date in January, and that'll be on the registration form. And then we exchange it with one of your stitching brothers or sisters, and we send you a gift in return. And so we send you the exchanged piece, and we also will send you a little freebie of some sort. So a design either from one of the designers or from us, or maybe both. Last year we had one from Jeanette Douglas. A year before that, or 2 years before that, we had one from Paulette Stewart. So it's just really fun. The designers participate, and we love them for it. And the output of that is just gorgeous. And you can stitch either on Aida or linen. And if you send us an Aida, we'll send you an Aida. If you send us a linen, we'll send you a linen. The matches have been fantastic, and they're all beautiful. So go out and look for that. Now's a good time to start stitching on that too. I know everybody's kind of getting ready to nest and stuff. So one more thing. In the soiree, people ask me to do a Zoom stitch group, just a general stitch group for Sassy Jack Stitchery. And I haven't done one yet because I knew that there were some out there. But we had so many people asking for it that we decided to do that. So I'm going to be sending out the invitation for that and posting that publicly. We would love if you joined us. It'll be weekly. You can look for the dates on the registration form. I'll talk about it again in the next Flosstube. So that's all I have. Thank you very much. I appreciate you hanging with me, and I look forward to seeing you again real soon.